I'm so pleased that you have Talk It Out. And here's, I think, the reason it works. First of all, something we may have spoken about is there's something called affect labeling. And there's a great researcher at UCLA named Matthew Lieberman. He wrote a book called The Social Brain. And what he said is when you attach words that are accurate to what you're feeling, it lessens the agitation in your brain. You know, and those words are not like, you're an idiot, you know, I can't stand you. The word for that would be, you know, I'm afraid that if we don't fix what's going on between us, we're going to end up getting divorced. See, when you express the feeling underneath the emotionality, it takes the punch out of it. And I think one of the reasons for that is when you express it, especially when someone is listening to it. And see, you can do this in a journal. I think I've shown you that I've had a journal since 1976. And look at this, volume 251. That's 45,000 pages of stuff that nobody, initially for the first 20 years, nobody wanted to hear it. In fact, my kids, when they were younger, they said, you know, Dad, if you died and we had a garage sale, we could only sell your journals for 25 cents a piece because they're all used.
I love it.
But the expressing of it is, and when you express it, especially when you express it to another person who not just who hears you out. So what helps with Talk It Out is someone who hears you out, as opposed to someone who you make nervous and they say, oh, you'll be fine. Oh, you're so strong. So someone who can hear you out, it's amazing. And the reason this all works, getting into the neuroscience, is it triggers something called oxytocin. And oxytocin is the bonding hormone. Oxytocin is the thing that causes young mothers to be patient with their screaming infant and bond with them. And what a lot of people don't know is that oxytocin counteracts cortisol. So high cortisol, a lot of people know that when you're all stressed out, your cortisol goes up to ready you for battle. And then your cortisol triggers something in your brain called your amygdala. And amygdala is like your point guard in your brain. And when you get high cortisol, your amygdala shunts your blood flow into your lower brain to survive. So a deer in the headlights, you're actually seeing, when someone's a deer in the headlights, you're seeing an animal or someone in which the blood flow has gone to their survival brain and they can't think. So what happens when you talk it out and someone hears you out is there's a huge surge of oxytocin bonding. And my book, Just Listen, which did very well around the world, is how do you cause people to feel felt? And feeling felt is much different than causing someone to feel understood. Feeling understood is great. It's better than feeling misunderstood. But feeling understood is still an intellectual kind of experience. But when people feel felt, people lean into it. And they lean into it because they're tasting their oxytocin and the relief that it gives them. And Talk It Out is just this incredible serving of oxytocin to anybody who would just try it.